Hello friends, in this video we are going to discuss the De Sautis bridge. Basically this bridge is used for the measurement of capacitance, and the measurement of capacitance we are going to discuss three bridges. First one is the De Sautis bridge, second one is the modified De Sautis bridge, and third one is the sharing bridge. Okay. So let us first discuss the De Sautis bridge. Okay. So here we are having the circuit diagram for the De Sautis bridge, right? First branch AB consists of only capacitor, that is the unknown capacitor. Remaining three elements, these are the variable. Okay, and at bridge balance definitely this current will be 0 ampere. Okay, so here we can write Z1 is the impedance of branch AB. Okay, so branch AB impedance is, it is only capacitor, so it is 1 upon j omega C1. Okay, next Z2 is the branch AD impedance. Okay, it is only capacitor, so it is 1 upon j omega C2, right? Z3 is the branch BC impedance, it is only pure resistor, so it is R3, and Z4 is the branch CD impedance, so it is only R4. Okay, R3, R4. So here at bridge balance we can write at bridge balance, so we can write Z1 Z4 is equal to Z2 Z3. Z1 into Z4 is equal to Z2 into Z3. Okay. So here what is Z1? Z1 is 1 upon j omega C1. So it is 1 upon j omega C1 into Z4. What is Z4? It is R4 is equal to Z2 1 upon j omega C2 into Z3. It is the only R3. Okay. So if we check here, j omega will get cancelled out. Okay. So from this we can write R4 upon C1 is equal to R3 by C2. So from this can we write C1? Yes. Therefore C1 is equal to C2 R4 by R3. Okay. C2 into R4 divided by R3. Okay. So in this way we can find the C1 value. Means we are going to vary the R3, R4, C2 in such a way that this deflector should show the 0 reading. Okay. Null reading. Okay. So this is about the expression for C1. Next we are going to draw the phasor diagram. Okay. So let us start with the phasor I1. Okay. So I1 phasor, it is a reference phasor. Okay. So this is the phasor for I1. Let us consider it is a phasor for I1. That is the reference phasor. Okay. Next, as we know, I1 into R3 is nothing but E3. Okay. So I1 into R3 is nothing but E3. Right. So we can write phasor for E3, which is equal to I1 into R3, that will be in phase with I1 because it is a purely resistor voltage. Okay. So E3 is equal to, I am writing it here, E3 is equal to I1 into R3. Okay. But again if you check, E3 is equal to E4. Okay. So which is equal to I2 into R4. So phasor for E3 which is equal to E4 again. Okay. And this E4 is nothing but I2 into R4. I2 into R4. Right. So if I2 into R4 is the voltage across resistor, if this is the phasor for voltage across resistor, then where will be the phasor for current flowing through the resistor, that is the I2. The phasor for I2 will be again along the I1 only. Okay. So phasor for I2 will be along I1 only. Okay. The length may be greater or lesser. It depends on the values of I1 and I2. Okay. Next, now we know phasor of I1. Can we draw the phasor for E1? Yes, phasor for E1 is nothing but voltage across capacitor C1. Current flowing through capacitor C1 at bridge balance is I1. Okay. As we know, the current flowing through capacitor leads the voltage across capacitor by angle 90 degree. So voltage should lag. Okay. So phasor for E1, if this is the phasor for I1, so phasor for E1 will be definitely lagging. Okay. E1 phasor will be lagging. Phasor for E1 will be lagging, right, to I1 by angle 90 degree. And also if you check E1 and E2 both are same. Okay. So phasor for E2 is again same as that of E1 only. Okay, so this is the very simple phasor diagram. Okay, and addition of E1 and E3 or E2 and E4 is nothing but your E. Okay, so phasor for E will be like this. Okay, addition of these two phasors is nothing but E. Okay, so this will be the phasor for E. Are you getting the point? Okay, so this is about the capacitance measurement by using the de Sauty's bridge. Okay, is this clear? Are you getting the point? Okay, so thank you.